Many governments in Africa have become fond of developing strategic visions for their countries, including Rwanda's Vision 2020, Kenya's Vision 2030, and even the DRC's Vision 2060. But as the Eastern Africa Regional Director General of UNECA says, that is the easy part.
It is equally important to strengthen government's ability to sustain policy implementation beyond political and electoral cycles and beef up their competence to move from visions to actions and implementation, including monitoring and evaluation.
Some of the findings of the research done about regional economies are quite startling and humbling.
But I think the most striking thing of all the rankings in terms of the size of regional firms is how low our firms are in terms of Africa averages. The top firm in the East Africa region ranks only number 45 in Africa in terms of scale. That's East African breweries. Yeah? And by the time you get down to number 10, the Nation Media Group, it's 142 in the ranking of the top 250 firms. Yeah? It demonstrates really the small scale on which a lot of firms are operating on in the region and raises the issue of, do we need to move towards regional champions rather than national champions?
There are also some surprising findings in the research which may prove that the composition of African economies as currently understood may be erroneous.
I think if you ask most people what the most important source of foreign exchange is for Ethiopia, most people would answer coffee initially. But in actual fact, it's Ethiopian Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines has a long history.
Now, some of the recommendations coming out of this meeting may come as a surprise to policymakers in East Africa. This includes the fact that they need to support companies regardless of their size because of their growth potential and not just SMEs. What's sure, though, is that policymakers have realized that what's important is the fact that growth is neither automatic nor self-sustaining. Wallace Kantai, NTV in Kinshasa.